sun is burning me up and it's 7:30 in the morning. It's only in the morning. If you can believe it, it's been 3 years since I bought this fixer-upper cottage tucked away in the Colorado Rocky Mountains. And as much as I've loved my time here, it's time to sell it. It's time for a new adventure. And maybe one of you can buy it. I don't know. The listing is in the description. This magical little place behind me is Dreamwood Cottage. The locals endearingly nicknamed it the Witch's Cottage for its wonderful spires. It was the setting of an 1890s true love story. It was the place an infamous Colorado author wrote her novels. It was once a funeral home. I didn't actually know that when I bought it, but honestly, it makes it cooler. Please don't look at me. There is a strange man looking at me. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. The strange man has carried on. Listen, this place has lore. This place has magic. It was the first place I ever felt truly safe and felt truly at home. It was also the stage for the great love story of my life right there on that front porch. It's when I got butterflies and fell in love. Maybe I should get out of the sunshine so y'all can see me. I'm about to burn up. I'm like getting a sun. Do you see that? I'm getting a sunburn. I've been out here for literally 5 minutes. I want to do a 3-year before and after tour, and we can just dive into all the magic and lore and all the upgrades, everything that we've done over the past 3 years as like a little farewell tour and kind of reminisce on my favorite memories. I'm sure some of you are wondering, Liz, where the heck are you exactly? And I am in one of the Wild West's most infamous cowboy towns, tucked away in the Colorado Rocky Mountains, known for a time for its bustling streets where any Joe Schmo could strike it rich, where Billy and the kids used to hide out in these hills, the infamous little town of Cripple Creek, Colorado. It's been known for its gold and its cowboys and its brothels. Teddy Roosevelt hung out here, Nikola Tesla, there was a steam train once. And who knows, maybe you could still strike it rich. I haven't found a golden nugget under my house yet, but that is what I was looking for. It used to be a town of 50,000 people, if you can believe it. And it was in the running against Denver to be Colorado's state capital. Former gold rush town, former ghost town, now only a partial ghost town with some cute little shops and some cafes and Dreamwood Cottage. We are on the south side of Pikes Peak, which is just an hour away from Colorado Springs. So not too far from the necessities when you need it. There is a lot of history here, a lot of stories, a lot of untold stories. It just feels pretty magical and mysterious here, which is why I really love it. Now, before we go inside, I have some pertinent information that came from an old man who lives in town, so feels pretty trustworthy. He said that he was around for the funeral home era of this house, and he said that coffins used to be displayed in these nook windows. Now that is all just hearsay. I want to believe him. But let's step away from the lore for just a minute and do a before and after of the exterior of Dreamwood Cottage over the past 3 years. When I bought this home, it had some pretty cheap and old aluminum siding on it. I honestly didn't even realize it was a brick home underneath it all. When we took off the siding, we realized the brick was in pretty bad shape. We needed to enlist the help of a mason. We could not do this on our own. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, that's what's happening. Oh, woo! Yeah, good job, Ben. Restoring this house to her former glory, I tell you what. Uh-oh. You found a problem?
Yeah.
How bad is that?
Missing an arch.
Missing an arch? Couple points of concern. As you get lower on the brick, it starts to get really crumbly here. And on the other side, we didn't film this, but when we started pulling away some of the boards, some of the bricks tried to go with it. And we just have to be really careful not to mess with the integrity of it or to mess it up further. But I'm hoping this is something that the mason can restore. Oh, God.
But we're gonna make it better.
My gosh, who would cover up such beauty? I found a treasure!
Really?
I have no idea what this could be. It's on tin paper. Greatest mining camp on earth, built on the richest hill in the world. She was bold, unashamed, rootin' tootin', hell roaring camp in the days gone by, and still drinks her liquor straight, and is still known as the best in the West. Let's talk about the town.
It's pretty cool.
Brian, who was at first my mason and now my dear friend, he did such an exceptional job restoring the brick. After the brick was restored, we had to paint all of the trim. I wanted to go with some rich and moody colors based on the history of this home. And also, it was traditional to have black or smoky paint color on top of red bricks. Now, after the brick restorations, I really wanted to modernize the home. So we did two big things. One, got fiber internet to the house. Two, I couldn't have done this without Ben and Gordo, but we added a mini split. I cannot tell you the struggle that I had the first year that I was living here. Frigid. It was so scary because my plumbing was always at risk of freezing and bursting. But now with the mini split, the wood stove is mostly just for vibes. We still use it, but it's so nice not to have to need it out of necessity. You know what I'm saying. Mini split installed, dedicated to Gordo and Ben. Now we can go inside. Now come on in, you come off the front porch and you step into this living room. And if you can remember, when I bought this house 3 years ago, this room was a horrendous shade of toothpaste green. All of the trim was worn and white. There was a ceiling fan straight from the 70s, old tile in the corner from a wood stove that hasn't existed for who knows how long. But I saw the potential. Now, this house is a 130-year-old folk Victorian home, otherwise known as the poor man's Victorian. So a lot of the detailing and intricacies were really important at the time that this house was built. So I really wanted to honor that folk Victorian heritage, but I wanted it to feel fresh. I wanted it to feel new and lively. So I decided to blend folk Victorian detailing with a mid-century flair. And mid-century is obviously known for its clean lines, low profile, and I thought blending that with the Victorian detailing would create this pretty eclectic, charming atmosphere that didn't feel dated, that felt more playful, but still felt homey and lived in. I don't want some stale new construction bullcrap, you know what I'm saying? If I'm being perfectly honest, this room is still a little bit plain Jane for me. I would have loved to go a little bit crazier with some of the detailing, some of the art, some of the furniture pieces. But I do know it's important, since I am selling this house, that my personal style doesn't overwhelm the space. I think I did a pretty good job, but I can't say that I did that for every room. As the tour goes on, we might get a little bit more eccentric, yes. Okay, now let's move on to the reason that I bought this house, which is this nook. My favorite memory in this nook is watching Dreamwood TV. That's what we call looking out the windows here, because all of the wildlife come to this field because their watering hole is right here, this little pond, and we call it watching Dreamwood TV. We have foxes, coyotes, skunks, rabbits, raccoons, the donkeys, all of the birds even. Dreamwood TV might be my favorite part of Dreamwood ever. It just makes me feel like I'm Snow White living in some sort of fairy tale out here. Ben, a yak is stuck on the railing. He half hopped over it, and he is now stuck. It's kind of bad. He might actually need assistance. Oh, his brothers are gonna help him maybe. Oh, they did! Well done, boys. Oh, boys. Oh, go on now. Go on now. Oh, wow. Honestly, 10 for 10. It really was. Okay, last one. He's a little performance shy. He's like, I'll just go around. I am so glad I didn't think too hard about the practicality of buying a 130-year-old fixer-upper as my first home without having a lot of building experience, because buying this house turned out to be one of the best decisions I ever made for my entire life. I am truly a completely new woman than when I first moved in. And I have this house to thank. I really do think this place is magic, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't even make sense how many good things have happened to me since I bought this place. But I would be remiss not to talk about the original lore of Dreamwood Cottage. An 1890s true love story is what made this house come to life. So if you'll indulge me, I'd like to tell you the story of Mr. and Mrs. Corder. Now, Alexander Corder was a young man who lived here in Cripple Creek in its heyday. He was the local grocer. He was a pretty prominent figure. And he fell in love with a young woman, Bertha Corder. She was Canadian, she immigrated here, and they fell madly in love. And he asked for her hand in marriage, she said yes, and he said that he was going to build her dream home. And I truly attribute these nooks to Mrs. Corder's, Mrs. C as I like to call her. I think she really loved the views here, the hillsides. I even actually have a photo of Mrs. C with her two young boys on these hillsides. Anyway, Mrs. C had immaculate taste, and Mr. C was gonna give his queen everything she deserved. So he built her this home. Mr. C finished building this home, and he had just moved his family into it when he and a couple of his friends went out on a hunting trip. And how do I know all of this? Well, this house came with a history package. So I have the 1899 newspaper record of Mr. Corder's unfortunate death. So he went out hunting with some buddies. He was cleaning his equipment. I think YouTube doesn't like it when I use certain words. And unfortunately, that equipment fired off and he didn't pass right away. He tried to make it back to town, but unfortunately, he couldn't recover from his injuries. And Mr. C devastatingly passed away at the young age of 28, just as he had finished building this beautiful home for his beloved Bertha. Now, at that time, this was 1899, women were not allowed to be heads of their own household. So Bertha, the queen that she was, went before a judge and requested special permission for her and her two young boys to live here without a man. Surprisingly enough, the judge agreed. So Bertha was probably one of the very first women in America to be the head of her own household. And she did it in one of the rowdiest cowboy towns ever to exist. Should I tell my ghost story about Mrs. C now? No, I'll wait till the next room. I have one ghost story because everyone asks if this place is haunted. And the fact of the matter is, technically yes, but not at all. Let's just move on to the primary bedroom. And as we look at this threshold, I can't help but reminisce on one of y'all's favorite and least favorite moments of my home renovation. Memories. How gorgeous is this trim? We have to give a moment for the trim. I tried to strip it, it didn't work. How do we feel?
Good.
I love it. I love it.
Wow.
I love it. You want rustic, baby? Oh my God, we want to cry.
We worked so hard.
We're gonna call it. These are the results. So I ended up just taking the old trim down and hiring a sawmill in Denver to recreate the original trim in a beautiful oak. I know it might not mean a lot to most people to have wood trim, but it's an 1896 home. It needs to have wood trim, I swear to God. It's a sin. I'm pretty sure that's in the Bible. I let myself get a little funky with this room, baby. Couldn't help myself. I did what I wanted, okay? I went with this stunning earthy green. I'm not afraid of color, and neither should you be. They weren't in the 1890s when this home was built. Just captured the moon and put it in my bedroom, yes. Speaking of the bedroom, I have to downsize my closet because Ben and I are moving into 100 square feet again. And this is typically people's biggest complaint about tiny living. I have to disagree. It's like my favorite part because I actually just get to reinvent myself as a woman. We're gonna do a little fashion show, baby. All thanks to Quince, the sponsor of today's video. Yes, this set is from them. Here is what we will be is what we will be trying on. I was very tempted to get the viral cashmere sweater, but since it is springtime, transitional, I wanted to go for some more unique pieces. What do we think? Quince has gone viral because they work directly with ethical manufacturers that only work with premium textiles, and then they just cut out the luxury brand name and they just sell directly to us for a fraction of the price. That's called cheating the system. Okay, but it is springtime, so weather can shift. Like, I've been wearing this jacket for the past month and a half and I've never gotten more compliments. I'm realizing that it hasn't been my body that has ever been the issue. It has simply been the quality of my clothes. Mic drop. I have always struggled being a bottom heavy, girly, thighs, booty, whatever this is right here, having a good fit. Honey, I can do the splits in these if I wanted, or if I could.
You look great, Ben.
Do I look good?
Really good.
Thank you.
Did you give me new gray shirts?
Yeah. His signature look. A gray shirt. Babe, they gotta pay for that. Ooh.
Material is really, really nice.
I love non-trendy clothing. I could be wearing this in 10 years, still look cute. I could be wearing this 10 years ago. Ooh, killing it. My hero piece is this jacket. I will be wearing this till I'm 70 years old. If you want ethical, high quality clothing without the luxury price tag, I cannot recommend Quince enough. So go ahead and click that link down below in my video description. That is a wrap for our fashion show. Let's get on with the rest of the house tour. All right, we're gonna try this again. I keep trying to film this video, you guys, and I keep getting interrupted by wonderful things like someone trying to tour Dreamwood Cottage. Oh my gosh, the house might just sell before I'm wrapped up here. The vision I had for this primary bedroom was a secret garden. I wanted this color to feel like a warm hug when you walked in. I wanted it to feel like there was the moon above you, a starry night sky. And I chose some very earthy colors, some browns and chocolates for the bedding, just so you felt like you were kind of like snugging in to the dirt, taking a nap in the flowers. Obviously, I didn't finish executing this room simply because I'm moving out, baby, so I'm not buying more furniture. I wanted to have all of my viney plants on shelves all around the room. I wanted to have a really cozy reading chair, kind of like a beanbag chair or something, right over there with just stacks of books. I just want stacks of books everywhere. You have 2 closets. One is finished. The other one, we stole the closet from the study and brought it over to this side, which is why you see all that new drywall and framing, just to give an extra large secondary closet. Or my goal was to put a half bath in here. I also want to give a moment for my 9.5-foot ceilings. My dream was to wallpaper my ceiling, but my real estate agent, Steve, told me to just hold on a minute. So I did. But I have a couple of wallpaper ideas. If one of you buys this cottage, I am happy to send it your way. I know this is kind of ridiculous, but it is exactly what I wanted. It's not about being correct or doing the right thing. It's just about doing what you want, right? Just so you know, there's a wolf under my bed. This is where he sleeps every night. It's time to tell my one and only ghost story from living at Dreamwood Cottage. It's a 130-year-old home in a literal ghost town. That Ghostbusters in a show has been here. There are a lot of well-known ghosts that act kind of like locals because people just talk about them like they are locals. But I want to tell you about my ghost because she is flying under the radar. I attribute this ghost to be Mrs. C. So I was about to fall asleep one night in this bed right here. All of a sudden I hear this woman's voice going, "Hey!" I open my eyes a little bit startled and I look around and it sounded like it was coming outside of this window. I'm like, that is really strange. I was like, well, it must just be someone walking by talking to somebody. And then all of a sudden I hear the same voice, only this time she's much more exasperated. She's like, "Hey!" And I was like, oh my God. So I get up, I'm looking out these windows. I don't see anybody, no one in eyesight. And then all of a sudden I smell something. And I look down and Rio's dog bed had been accidentally kicked under one of the heaters and had started to catch fire. It was burning. There was a hole in her bed. And so I pull it out and immediately put it out. But I attribute that spirit to be the spirit of Mrs. C. I think she was really just like, girl, this house has been standing for 130 years and you're not gonna do me dirty like that by burning it down. I am very sensitive to energy and I am a little bit of a witchy witch. So when I bought this house, I actually went up to the cemetery where Mr. C is buried and I asked for his permission. You know, whether you believe in it or not, it is very little effort to honor the past. I made sure to do a cleansing ceremony of just honoring the space and also asking any energies to kindly leave and to feel free to live in the yard or outside by the sidewalk. And I feel like Mrs. C, the fact that she was yelling at me from my picket fence, I really appreciate that kind of respect. So I have always felt very safe and protected here. I think she kind of guards this place and doesn't allow any other ghosts or energies to be here. And I think the other ghosts and energies in town, I think they really respect Mrs. C. This has been her place from the beginning. And a lot of these ghosts probably knew her in real life. Very grateful for Mrs. C, the spirit of Dreamwood, for keeping me safe and protected and making sure I didn't burn my house down. Now, as we transition from the primary bedroom to the dining room, I have some more information from the same old guy who told me that there used to be coffin displays in these windows. He told me that this living room used to be the waiting room during its funeral home era, and the primary bedroom used to be the viewing room, so where they would display the casket. Now, I just think that is so freaking cool. A lot of people think that because this place used to be a funeral home, that it makes it extra haunted. Incorrect. No one wants to be in a funeral home, including the dead. Number one, Mrs. C is in charge from the get-go, so her rules. Number two, the dead have no place here. This doesn't mean anything to them. This is just a place for an outpouring of love and honor. And I really do think that spirits just move the heck on. They have no interest in lingering in a funeral home. There's no fun in that. Also, go haunt your workplace or your house or your ex. You know what I'm saying? You don't haunt a funeral home. Very boring as a ghost. Next up is the dining room. When I first bought this house, this room was in pretty rough shape. It was another terrible shade of like a pukey yellow. The walls were also in really rough shape and the chandelier was just not working. So we actually moved where it was. We put it off center so that it was in line with the built-in bookshelf to create more walking space and to create an additional seating area by the wood stove. Then it was paint. We painted everything in this room. All of these colors had to go. And I want to dedicate this room to my dear friend Abby, who helped me get the job done. She's been one of my good friends for so many years, so I felt so lucky to have her mark on Dreamwood Cottage. Now the after is very light. I wanted it to be very whimsical and pointing to the Victorian era. I wanted magical little touches, very charming. I wanted it to feel playful while still being understated. This is just one of my favorite rooms to hang out in. It is so cozy and you have immaculate views of the aspen and the moonrise. My favorite memory in this room is just the meal spreads. that I've put out and the people who have sat around this table with me. I bought this house hoping that I could find my chosen family, and I did. And they all sat around this table. Oh my God, I think I'm gonna cry. I gotta go see if this is real, hold on. I accepted an offer on the house. I better finish up this tour before I don't live here anymore, my gosh. It's a bit of a quicker close because it was a cash offer. Things can happen, so my real estate agent still says that we can accept backup offers. He wants me to not deter any of you. I'm kind of in love with the people that are wanting to be Dreamwood Cottage's next stewards. Ooh. Anyway, I'll just carry on with the tour. So if you can remember, outer space was in this room. It was kind of amazing. Now, first order of business was to get rid of that god-awful popcorn ceiling. And then I tore up that nasty rug and found original hardwood floors underneath. And then, of course, Ben came over. This is where you guys started to catch whiff that we were falling in love. And guess what? We were. He pointed out that my wall wasn't straight, so we took down that wall, put up a new one, reframed a new one, I suppose. And then we gave the closet to the primary bedroom so that I could have a half bath of my dreams if I wanted. And then we ran new electrical, we hung new drywall, and then it was just days of painting and sanding and more painting and sanding. And then I just went nuts, went wild. I chose this butterfly wallpaper that I am obsessed with, put that up, chose a really bold color for this room, and then it was time to sand the floors. Again, so much sanding, but it was really worth it. I went with this really rich stain to warm up this space. Oh, and then we added a light fixture. There was no light in this room before, so we did that. And then we had a brilliant idea to have a built-in bookshelf, floor to ceiling. So we built all of the lowers together. We had a lot of fun. Now, did we finish this room? No. But it's not always just about finishing. Sometimes it's just about doing what you can. I know a lot of influencers online make me feel kind of bad about not having some perfect end product, but I absolutely love how it turned out. It's very witchcore. It's very me. I love how the built-ins turned out. I love the exposed wallpaper. This countertop is actually from a downed tree that Ben milled years ago. I am very, very happy with how this turned out. This room is my favorite room. It's not even finished, so it's not my favorite room because of the aesthetic. It's my favorite room because it's the room that you all watched me fall madly in love with Ben. I was fooling nobody. Come on, that smile, the way I was looking at him, you all knew right from the get-go. You all called me out. I'm a terrible liar. Okay, so we're leaving the dining room, going over to the guest bedroom. This is the pantry. I didn't do anything to it other than paint the floors to make it brighter in here. How awesome is that? Pantry has its own window. Okay, now to the guest room. This is the guest bedroom. It's a very simple renovation. If you remember, there were some really crazy color blocking lines in this room. We love the effort of trying to make a room feel fresh, but it felt so sharp and pretty abrasive, and I wanted this room just to feel safe and cozy. So I painted it a really warm white with the help of some of my beautiful friends again, and this has just been a quiet, understated room where some of my favorite people in the world have been able to lay their head. So not a huge before and after, sometimes less is more. I also tried to find some pretty minimalist, but period correct furniture pieces. Restored oak dresser, some patched drapes. I wanted it to feel a little bit grandma-core. Wanted anyone who stayed in this room to feel taken care of and just to feel safe, almost like they were staying at grandma's house. Now let's move on to some of the biggest transformations in this house. I come off of the guest bedroom and into the kitchen. This is my first time showing the before and after of the kitchen on the internet, so I hope you like it. But when I bought this house, the kitchen was rough, but I didn't have the budget for a kitchen remodel. So I came up with a budget-friendly plan to give this kitchen a proper facelift. We had to paint the walls, the trim, the cabinets. Now, like you know, I am very against painting anything wood, but these cabinets are not hardwood, they're not custom, and they were really dated. So I felt okay choosing a color to paint these cabinets. So I went with a color called broccoli brown, and I am obsessed with it. It looks a little brown, it looks a little green, it looks a little gray. As the sun sets from this window, it really warms up. I just really love it. It gives the space a little bit more personality. We upgraded all the hardware. We did oil rubbed bronze, which I think is just very lively and warm. I updated the light fixture to be this really beautiful schoolhouse bulb. Again, giving that Victorian era detailing. And then of course I upgraded some of the fixtures. Other than that, I did practical additions like an espresso machine and a microwave. Overall, for being on a budget, I think the before and after of this kitchen is really good. Now I'm gonna have to dedicate this room to my dear friend, Nikki. Yes, of course she's a chef, but she's so much more to me than that. She has been one of my biggest sources of inspiration in this season of my life. She has really taught me so much and allowed me to build my confidence in such a special way. So this one's for her. Now this bathroom was treacherous, to say the least. But I have Ben to thank for the complete remodel. So Ben, you want to take it away and tell him what you did?
Cast iron tub has dropped. When it dropped, it separated the watertight seal between the tub and the tile. The water started getting behind these tiles. The thing to do is to actually remove the tub, ideally reinforce those so that when I set the tub back in, it sits level, because right now it's like, y'all wanna see me in a bathtub? We noticed that there was some cracking in the grout lines in the tile around the tub, so we decided to pull that off.
Floor has like kind of fallen through before.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, I think we're maybe gonna redo the floor a little bit.
Fix this stuff here. Yeah, we're gonna get all the rot totally out. And then within a couple of days, we had cut out the floor joists and we're standing in the crawl space. Completely replaced the joists, reframed the walls, pulled all the plaster off the exterior wall, exposed the brick.
Yes, look at that beautiful brick.
Resurfaced the drywall. See that old fan?
Oh yeah.
So,
Not only did you remove the old floor joist that had started to rot, but you leveled the floor.
yeah. I don't think there's anything original in here except for the trim.
The vision for this room was to make it feel like a spa. I wanted it to feel new.
Found a clawfoot tub.
Yes, this clawfoot tub was actually on Facebook Marketplace just from a couple houses down. I wanted to point to the history of the home. Obviously the exposed brick, a clawfoot tub, we did globe light fixtures, but then we had the modern upgrades of a double sink, fresh new floors. The checkered floors were really fun too.
A vent fan.
I love how this bathroom turned out. I really, really love it. And I couldn't have done it without Ben. So the bathroom is dedicated to Ben.
Wow. Well, I probably spend the most time in here.
I love you so much. You know? My favorite memory in this room is me swapping the toilet. A lot of people thought I was green screened, that I was faking it, that I hired a plumber secretly.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I've done a lot of work here, but that was before I showed up. She actually did that by herself.
I did. Well, and the funny thing is swapping a toilet is actually very easy.
Yeah.
So every man in the comments that got upset with me being like, you didn't do that yourself, just expose them for never having swapped a toilet before. It's just some light plumbing, boys. It's fine.
Light plumbing.
We should carry on to the basement. Now, my basement hasn't changed very much at all. I've really just reorganized. Ben actually has done most of this reorganizing. And put in a cute little potting station over here. Look at this hand-laid stone foundation. But I do need to talk about my crawl space. When I bought this house, I found a couple of loose floorboards in my primary bedroom, and I realized that had access to go down into my crawl space. My crawl space is dedicated to my friend Bart. I found something that I need you to help me with. Okay, come on, come with me. Could you help me scoot my mattress this way? Now come on over here.
Okay.
Look what
I have no idea where this is going. Is that like a hidden what?
Ladder. There is a ladder that is. This is like when something just comes out and grabs you.
Look at this.
This is in her bedroom underneath her bed.
I've been sleeping on this.
Like, I can imagine you sleeping and hearing like.
We're gonna hide treasure. You would hide it in the secret passageway in the floorboards. So,
Shovel?
well, we might have to dig. Have you ever read one of these before?
No, I've never messed with the metal detector.
Me neither. Imagine if this could detect human bones. You think we're gonna find something dead down there?
Could. We might find a few animal bones.
The family pet.
Oh, Lord.
So Bart's gonna go down first.
These are my last moments.
Okay. And then I'll hand you the power station. Careful. That ladder is 130 years old. So.
She says careful as she hits the taser in my direction.
What?
Oh, we're gonna. Oh God.
What?
There's another tunnel down here. Start handing me lights.
Okay.
You could tell that this hole right here was not done for the house. I'm literally under her house looking for dead bodies. I want to kind of see if I can get to the other side. So I'm going to have to go this way.
You're gonna go that way? What?
I found 130-year-old Werther's Originals. Oh.
What? What?
Is this a lucky die?
Whoa! No way, Bart!
Like the old miners playing poker.
This is a really old die because you can tell because the notches are put into the dice. They're not printed on.
Old cigarette wrapper.
Was someone just smoking
candy.
cigarettes and playing dice down here?
And eating candy.
If you want dramatic change, I have saved the best for last. This room is dedicated to the Dream Team, which kind of took the internet by storm a little bit when I introduced all my friends. This room is really special to me, and I think it adds so much value to Dreamwood Cottage. So let me show you the before and after. This is how it started. This back mudroom was erected in the year 1916, and it was a hot mess. It was pulling away from the house. It was way too small to be functional. So my friends Ben, Kristen, and Carolee helped me out with the demo. Seconds into this demo, I knew it was way worse than we thought. I didn't plan to tear the whole thing down, but it became very obvious that that was the right thing to do. And I tell you what, we had fun doing it. Never done this before, so... Demolition was full of surprises. We pulled off layer after layer, but the biggest surprise was that we discovered I have a brick house.
I don't think we're unhinged enough yet.
From the bottom, now we're here. I am a professional. Once the structure was demolished, it was up to me and Ben to then tear up the old foundation. Again, this was something we weren't planning on doing, but this foundation was just not up to speed, and we really wanted to do this the right way. So we restored the old brick, prepared for a new foundation, and 3 more of my closest friends showed up as reinforcements. Why don't I reintroduce you?
Honey, I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee. Honey, I got what you need. Yeah.
Just hours after this dream team arrived, we had a whole new foundation poured and set.
We got the slab, baby!
We then finished the dirt work, I finalized the design, and I had to learn how to wrangle these 4 gentlemen.
What?
Big dog.
Let's get it done.
We then went ahead and started building walls, which was a huge step in this project. But of course, not before someone called code enforcement on us.
Someone called on us. We just got a visit from a code officer, and it turns out we are in compliance with code. Woo, woo.
Come on, you got this, man. Measure. You can do it.
We finished constructing all of the walls and then finally put them in place. And then came the roof, which was a full team effort. We had countless late nights to get this done, and I don't know how we did it, but we did. I then got to scheming and threw these guys a little surprise party just to show how much I appreciate them. We celebrated everything from quitting jobs to becoming a dad, divorce, birthdays. It was just such a blast and a really good reminder to soak up the moments that really matter in this short life. Now this project is really coming to life with walls and a roof, so I went ahead and finalized my interior design concept, ordering light fixtures, making modifications. Meanwhile, the rest of the dream team finalized prep to install windows. This was such an exciting moment because it really made the space feel livable, and I was lucky enough to find all of these windows secondhand on Facebook Marketplace. There was, however, one person who was intent on giving us a hard time.
I got a bone to pick with a gentleman by the name of Wade. We framed out this window thinking he would get back to us. I can see that he's reading my messages and just refuses to respond.
With one big hole left in our walls, we devised a plan on how to actually acquire this window.
Van messages you. You get back to him in minutes, telling him it's available tonight. Van and I are going.
We're going. We're big enough to win.
We got it! Woo-hoo!
With a classic bait and switch, we were able to secure the final window. Sadly, the next day we had to say goodbye to one member of the dream team, Van.
Bye-bye!
With Van being gone and only days to finish this project, the pressure was on. However, we made sure to still have a good time.
Gordo.
You're looking good today.
Thanks, Gordo.
Regurtles, no regrets. How do you feel about cute and functional, Gordo?
Just like me.
We installed both exterior doors. Gordo tackled the giant project of rewiring my home's electrical system, and Ben and I tackled the job of the exterior, making sure that it was just watertight and pretty enough that the neighbors wouldn't be mad before we leave.
And I feel like we're fast approaching sort of like atrium or solarium
Ooh.
or sunroom.
I like solarium.
Oh my god. Ben, what do you think?
We're gonna leave the house alone for a few weeks while we're in Oregon, and it's really important that we get this up so that people know a witch lives here. If they show up while we're gone, they should know who they are.
In just 3 weeks, me and the dream team were able to create a whole addition on this house. Once the team had rolled out, Ben and I finished the ceiling. I made some pretty exciting design choices. We added a wraparound shelf to place all of our plants and books and knickknacks. And then I got to furnishing, which was just really, really fun. I think the before and after of the solarium build is truly spectacular. And there's no way I could have done it without the help of all of my friends. This room adds so much value to Dreamwood. It's the room we spend so much time. It's perfect for watching Dreamwood TV, and it's so much more functional than that weird little covered porch that was here previously. It's a living room / mudroom / game room, and we also created access for the dogs to have an outside space.
I mean, I'm just really proud of this room, and I'm proud of everybody who showed up to help us build it. It was a real big group effort.
It's just about time to wrap up this tour, but I have one more space dedicated to you. And I have a really big announcement that you don't want to miss. So let's go out to the front porch and wrap up this tour. I thought this would be a moment of celebration. When I bought this house, I was a very different version of myself. I was very lonely, and I didn't have many friends, and I was pretty lost and broken. But talking to you, and I know that sounds a little bit silly to some of you because you're like, Bliss, this is just a YouTube channel. But this channel was my lifeline. It's how I felt less alone. Ready? It meant a lot to me for you guys watching and being a part of this crazy renovation. So I wanted to dedicate this front porch to you. We've had a lot of chats on this porch, so it only feels right. Do you want some? Already pouring, so. I have a really big announcement coming next video. So if you've been around for a while, I'm gonna ask you to make sure you watch it. It's the biggest announcement I've ever made, and I'm terrified. If you've been a part of this channel for any amount of time, I would really love if you could send me an email to helloregretless@gmail.com and just send me a video of you waving wherever you are with your dogs, at your house, at your favorite spot, how you watch my videos. Just make sure it's horizontal and just wave. Endings are so bittersweet, aren't they? Man, just soaking it up. You know, tomorrow's actually my birthday, if you can believe it. Turning 33. Yup. I've been saving this bottle of champagne for something special, so this feels very fitting.
So that is the tour of my brand new, very old house. It is going to be such a project and such an honor to jump into this next phase of my life. Can already picture dancing in the kitchen with the love of my life, or cozying up around this fireplace with friends and family, and I just feel like the luckiest person in the world.